Thank you very much. Very strange. I'm living in Macedonia, I'm Roma, and I will speak in English. But, okay. Thank you very much for your invitation. It's my honor to be here and to be a member of this panel with all these experienced people in the NGO sector and the Center of Management of Crisis, which is here. It's a very important institution in this refugee crisis. I will be very short, actually, because I think that we are okay with time. Yes? Okay, good. I will be longer. So I will present very shortly the Emergency Response Project, actually program, which is implemented in frame of SOS Children Village International, and in Macedonia is implemented by SOS Village Macedonia. So very shortly about this program, we start from 2015 with main donor. The main donor is SOS Children Village International, but in Macedonia our main partner and donor is UNICEF Macedonia, where we are still implementing our activities in the transit center Tabanovce. Just very shortly, for sure you discussed it yesterday, but in Macedonia we are transit country. We are not shelter country. We don't have shelter activities because it's not that kind of type of country that we can provide that kind of activities. And if we're speaking about the topic, a pathway for European solidarity, I will try through presentation of the project just to give you the solidarity of the people who work in this project, what kind of challenges we face it, what was our approach, our methodology of work, and etc. And I will leave time for your question if you have it after my presentation. So the Emergency Response Project will start from 2015, and we are working the two transit centers that's in Tabanovce and Vinojuk. In Vinojuk, in the south, we're working with food and non-food items, actually the humanitarian aid, and with ICT Corner. The humanitarian aid we provide through the Macedonian Red Cross, which is our other partner in Macedonia when we're speaking about food and non-food items, humanitarian aid. And in the north, we are working, we have child-friendly space, ICT Corner, and providing humanitarian aid. Because the refugee crisis, actually this European or international refugee crisis is very unique. And in the beginning, we started thinking how to approach, because it's unique. You have 1,000, 2,000 people who are just passing through your country daily, and they're not staying. Their goal was not to stay, just to continue forward up to Europe. So we, in the beginning, we designed it, actually we use our sources on international level. So we designed methodology, and our staff was trained for psychosocial intervention for people with post-traumatic stress, because these people who are traveling have a lot of traumatic stress. So in the beginning, we developed that methodology. The staff was trained about that, and also about approaches to children and mothers who have post-traumatic stress, because it's very difficult and it's very tricky target group, actually. You cannot provide them help, you cannot provide them services, you cannot give them whatever you want to give them if you don't know how to approach them. First you have the post-traumatic stress, then you have their cultural difference, the language barrier, and they're coming from other countries. Generally they're different from you. So we developed a whole completely approach with international trainers from Arabic background, who trained our staff how to approach and how to approach to these people and how to help them. So in the beginning, the SOS Children Village staff working on handout. That means provide them food, non-food items, very short psychosocial interventions, no support, working a bit with the children, hanging around with the children, keep them quiet while their parents get some rest, and they continue with their role. So that was the first stage of our work. Something's going on. Okay, so the child-friendly space. the target group of our work is, as can you read, is unaccompanied minor, young persons, mothers, children, pregnant women, and mothers with children, and of course adults in need of medical assistance. That is the target group. So now concretely about the child protection in frame of the child-friendly space, which is staff supported by UNICEF Macedonia and SOS Children's Village International. It's one space where the children and the mother can find the psychosocial support, the peace for the moment, and the emotional and psychological assistance for them. It was very important because we're working 24 hours. There is a lot of staff in the field. We're working on 3 shifts, so we were there 24 hours, 7 days. The child-friendly space is open all the time, so it was very important spot and place for this target group in Transit Center Tabanovce. Then. Yes, I already told this, we started from 2015. Before 2015, we just provided in July and August and September, we provide only humanitarian aid through the Red Cross. Then we started more seriously with these services. So just number for you, until December 2016, we provide services for 96,544 children. 376 women and 387 pregnant women. That is a very big number of people who just, and this is only 70 or 60% of the passing people who was through Macedonia. In frame of the food items, we provide 120,000 food items, which is composed of baby formula, chocolate, milk for children, energetic foods, food for stable, for traveling, butter, biscuit, and etc. Everything which is keep them in that period for transiting the children through our country. Later on, we have more serious food items that we provide them. Who were sheltered for shortly in the transit center. Then in frame of non-food items, sterilized baby bottles, diapers, wet tissues, baby creams, blankets, clothes for children, etc. Everything that is needed for children, pregnant women, mothers, and babies, and hygienic kits, of course. So in frame of the psychosocial support, Mr. Zmianac already mentioned, we work together with the staff of Mega. She one period in Transit Center Tabanovce with this psychosocial support and activities that we provided, and especially the early child development activities. But I'm not speaking about early child development for kids in normal occasions, because every kid is normal. The occasion is different. So these children with post-traumatic stress, the approach and the work with them, it's more specific. So the early child development activity was early child development program for kids from war zones. That means that they have specific programs and approaches for releasing the stress in that moment, like air therapy, and you will see now other activities, and a lot of help and support we get here from UNICEF with their trainings of the staff about this psychosocial support and releasing the stress of the children. Then the language questions, activities. What is important according to SOS? To integrate someone in any kind of environment, you need them first to teach them the language. You cannot approach, you cannot get know each other with other people or to know something for him or for her if you don't know the language how to approach. So the language classes was the first thing that we started to provide before the educational program to start officially in cooperation with Ministry of Labor and Social Policy. So we start with the Macedonian language, but of course the people who were in Transit Center Tabanovce, they don't want a lot to learn the Macedonian language because their goal was Germany and other European countries. So we provide them also, we fill that gap, that need also with German and English language also. But of course the Macedonian language was also there. Then type of psychosocial support is the theater performance that we provide them, shadow theater, the children theater, how called? Toy theater, yes, toy theater, and etc. Only for the children who were sheltered in that period in Transit Center Tabanovce. Then the music activity, it's interesting because all these children, all these young people, they need something to do beside of the activity that we provide them. So they choose to play music. They choose to use instruments, so we buy the instruments and we play music with them. They compose their own music. We provide them with Macedonian. They put Arabic melodies in the music, and it was very good from them, from stress releasing in this period. Then the dancing classes with professional instructors about Latin American dances with Arabic music again was very interesting for the children. And that is in the frame of the child protection. Now the second component, this is the ICT support. Why very important? Because the internet, the communication is very important for these people. They should be in touch with the world, with their relatives, with their friends, with anybody. They need to know what's going on. So first thing that we do, besides of the child protection, we provide an internet in the transit center. So we put ICT corners with computers, with Wi-Fi, with multifunctional machine for photocopying, scanning, and that kind of stuff. The people to be in touch with the world to see what's going on. So they used a lot the ICT corner, which is again working 24 hours, 7 days in a week. So to the end of 2016, 80,000 children and adults use the services in both transit centers in Gevgelija and in Tabanovce. Beside of this, the educational component starts in October, something like that, in 2016. So we delay with this component actually, but we try to do something with these children, but you have two moments here. The first moment is these children and mothers don't have status in the country, which is very interesting. And this is a very good topic for debate. Why? So when you don't have status for somebody, you don't know what's going to happen with them. They are sheltered, they should move, they should not move, you should work with them, you should not work with them. So we decided to work something with them because they are here. So we're starting with the educational component, which was initiative by UNICEF and Ministry of Labor and Social Policy. So SOS took the role to implement this educational component in Tabanovce, and La Strada was doing that in Gevgelija and Vinayuk. So there was special program for preparing them for enrolling in the educational system in Macedonia. And we started very good, 7 topics. We secure teachers, we secure translators for this educational component. And in the middle of the component, Macedonian government activated the readmission contract with European Union. During the night, all children and families just gone. Very strange. So we didn't finish our educational component at all. Actually, everything that we start, I'm not speaking about investing about money. We are not speaking about that. We are speaking now for human beings now, for children, for women, for people who need help. We're starting to doing something better for them. We're starting to work on that. And suddenly, without any announcement, the people just were moved during the night in Greece. And we stop with this educational component. Just for your information, 2 groups. From the 1st to the third grade, there was the first group, and the second group was children from 3rd to 6th grade. Math, civic education, science, Macedonian language, Arabic, English, German, and IT languages. In frame of coordination, as the Children Village, in frame of the emergency response program, we are part of each unit or coordination unit in this country. With the partners, we are partners with this institution, like Center of Management of Crisis for Republic of Macedonia, Ministry of Labor, Social Policy, Education and Science, UNICEF, and Red Cross Republic of Macedonia. Very new from this year, we are also partnered with Legis, working and helping the refugees who are transiting through this border villages, Loane and Vaksince. We know and we are aware of this, and it's another topic for discussion, that this is villages or places who are not registered by the country, that they are refugee spots, but they are. People are transiting from there, mothers and children and adults, and they need help, they need support. We cannot leave them just to pass there and not to see what's going on. So we are helping and supporting there through our partner legs. This will be all generally about emergency response. For any question, I'm here.